available.
Eric Salmon. And for Morris area, 6'1", junior, number 14, Zach Witt. At the other guard for Bethlehem Academy, 6'1", 8th grader, number 14, Nick Ambrasis. And for Morris area, 5'10", senior, number 20, Jeff Klein. At center for Bethlehem Academy, 6'4", senior, number 40, Jim Lovren. And for Morris area, 6'8", sophomore, number 44, Kevin Logie. At forward for Bethlehem Academy, 6'3", senior, number 42, J.J. Corman. And for Morris area, 6'2", sophomore, number 34, Corey Schmidgall. At the other forward for Bethlehem Academy, 6'1", junior, number 32, Chris Shapee. And for Morris area, 6'3", junior, number 40, Jason Asmus. The Bethlehem Academy head coach, Franz Bolter, and the balance of the Cardinals official party. And the Morris area head coach, Mark Torgerson, and the balance of the Tigers official party. The officials for this game are Gary Putz and Paul Sanis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing number 12 from Bethlehem Academy, Chris Shainbauer, and number 10 from Morris area, Andy Tate.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School League State Basketball Tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it.
The state basketball tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair play and good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask the spectators to promote the ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now please stand and join in and sing as the Morris Area High School Band, conducted by Mr. Mike Vick, leads us in our national anthem.
Tigers, a 61-47 winner over Climax Fisher yesterday. Against Bethlehem Academy, who won 51-36 over top-ranked Big Fork yesterday. The Cardinals of the Bethlehem Academy trying to get to the championship game in Class A for the second year in a row.
There are the starting lineups and our key matchup. Zach Witt on the left, a crafty point guard who had a great day yesterday, and Jim Lovren, also no stranger to many people who watched last year's FBA team.
Kept controlled by Morris. Quickly the ball goes to Schmidgall. He's turned away at the baseline. Top of the circle, Asmus. Klein tied up. Asmus works to the right side. And the lane thrown up for the big man, but stolen tried to get the ball to Logie, but it was stolen away by Jim Lovren. Eric Salmon to J.J. Corman. Corman had a great game yesterday, not so much offensively, but he did a great job on defense. He scored 12 points, about 5 points below his average. Feeding it through the hands of Lovren and out of bounds. The Tigers will get the basketball. Here is Zach Witt. And Corman, who did such a good job yesterday on Ryan Beeler, draws the assignment of Zach Witt here this afternoon in the semifinal game. Logie has problems handling the basketball, and for good reason. He was hacked underneath. And the foul called against Lovren, his first, and the team's first.
Kevin Logie is the team's leading scorer at 6'8", only a sophomore. Yesterday found himself in foul trouble early. Was not really able to be the factor in the game that he would like to have been.
1-0, gentlemen.
Finished with a dozen points. And gets the first 2 points of this semifinal matchup. And the Tigers open up after the made free throws with some full court pressure. Lovren breaks it. Getting it up ahead to Ambrosas, the 8th grader. Three-point try is good.
He hit both of his three-pointers yesterday. He knows when he's open and he should take the shot. He makes good decisions out there, despite only being, I don't know, 13, 14 years old.
Tipped by Lovren and stolen away. Tried to get it inside to Logie again. Now the pass tip, it comes through to Salmon. Baseline drive. And he runs out of room under the basket and a push underneath. Ooh, a costly foul against Morris as they had the rebound in Logie's hands. And the foul called against Zach Witt, his first. Right off the inbounds, Lovren takes the pass and scores.
Nice motion play from out of bounds. Setting a pick from Lovren. Beautiful pass.
Drive in the lane, a blocked shot as Witt tried to go up against two Cardinal defenders. Now the Cardinals running and missing. Lovren follows it up and scores. The Cardinals playing some up-tempo ball. A 7-2 start for Bethlehem Academy. Three-point try. Klein misses. Saved by Asmus, but right into the hands of Corman. Corman drives. Backs it in.
Really
A 9-2 start.
pretty drive by Corman there to have the body control to still square up his shoulders and use the glass in the shot. They've got Logie.
And he follows up with a bucket of his own. Good feed from Jeff Klein. He's got all 4 Morris points. Corman drives, throws it to the corner. Lovren recovers to pick up the ball. He shoots and misses, rebounded by Schmidtgall. Big matchup here as Witt drives, banks it in. Zach Witt with his first basket.
That's what Witt did a lot of yesterday. He was 7 for 11 from the field, finished with 16 points, but most of them were on nice little drives, short jumpers. He is left-handed and uses the glass well.
We'll have a tough game with Corman guarding him, at least at the outset. Corman on the offensive end has his shot swatted away, saved on the sideline, almost thrown back up against the basket, saved in the other corner by Ambrosas, and now stolen away by Jeff Klein. Logie misses, rebounded by Shapee. No secret what the Tigers are trying to do in the first quarter. Get it in to the big 6'8" sophomore.
Well, even though Logie did have limited playing time, he did finish with 12 points yesterday. 11 rebounds, and he had a good game. Guarding Corman needs to be pulled away from the basket a little bit from time to time.
Lovren tried to muscle his way along the baseline, but he dribbled it out of bounds. 3:38 left in the fourth quarter. A three-point lead for the Cardinals on the Farm Bureau scoreboard.
Broadcast rights the 1994 Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League. We also want to welcome the KAAL TV out of Austin, Minnesota.
What's going to happen?
Possession arrow is going to determine.
And the Tigers hope that is not an omen. They got it into Logie. And it bounced around and stayed on the rim.
That does not happen very often, needless to say.
Corman feeds the left side. Shapee. Now Corman posts up. Shapee from the corner. Long rebound. He and Corman fight over it. Shapee takes it back in. Chris Shapee with his first basket. And it's a 5-point lead for the Cardinals. Shot from the outside, no good by Andy Tate. Rebounded by Shapee. Another three. This time it comes on. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Finally picked up by Logie. Leaning in the lane, no good. Follow-up shot, no good. Asmus tried to follow up Witt's miss, and he was fouled. And that is Jim Lovren's second foul with 2:08 left in the first quarter.
And Lovren should be careful here. He is a big part of FBA's team in every way. He had 14 rebounds yesterday, and that's how he picked up the foul there.
Second leading scorer on the team, averaging 16 points a game. No move from the Cardinal bench by Franz Bolter. We've got a timeout. Maybe we'll have a bench move after the timeout with 2:08 left. It's back to a 3-point lead for the Cardinals. The Cardinals get into the championship game tomorrow afternoon. They have the lead late in the first quarter. Put on some footwork zone. Lovren left alone for a three. Rebound tapped out to Jeff Boots. Now quickly up the floor, reverse layup, no good by Schmidt. Now the follow-up is good. Zach Witt has 4.
Zach Witt is a guard, but he rebounds a lot, goes to the boards, and has great jumping ability. Nice follow.
Rebound in the lane, knocked back out to the perimeter, picked up by Salmon. Now a foul on the perimeter. Andy Tate picks up the foul. The Tigers playing without Kevin Logie in the middle right now. He takes a seat after that timeout.
Tate might have gotten away with the first one. I think he realized after he reached in that he was going to get called. Tate was the state cross-country champion last year.
First year out for the sport, and they won the championship. 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Foreman backs it up.
There's so many different kinds of athletes who play basketball. You can have the power people, but you can also have the distance runners that are able to go for 32 minutes.
Foreman slashing in the lane but missing. Whip. Over to Boots. Puts the Jason Asmus with 4 points. Tigers were behind by 5 early on. Now a miss by Jason Hoisington. The Tigers with a chance to expand the lead and apparently take the last shot of the quarter.
Well, the Tigers showing why they are so dangerous, and that's because they have so many people that can score.
Despite a frantic first couple of minutes of this first quarter, we're right about where we thought we'd be score-wise between these two teams. 3-point try. Andy Tate with a bomb to close out the quarter. And the Tigers lead it by 4.
Andy Tate was well beyond the 3-point line, and he gives his team a lift and the lead.
That's the end of the first quarter. Morris, 15. Fairbault Academy, 11.
Ball Civic Center, everybody. I'm Andy Schumann along with Tom Ambrasis.
That's right.
And Tom, you're watching your 8th grade son play for BA out there. He's only in 8th grade. How does it feel to have a child so young out there?
It's really been a lot of fun because the other kids have accepted him so well, and he's fit in, I think, really well with them.
Now, he's gotten a lot of publicity in the last couple days here in the Twin Cities. How's he handling that?
Well, Nick's really shy, so I'm sure it's pretty hard for him. If you noticed him on the interview yesterday, he really didn't say very much. And he's not the best guy to grab if you want him to say a bunch of words about the game, but I'm sure he's doing okay.
Yeah, and his team's doing all right, and we wish him luck, and thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Phil.
All right, let's go back to the table.
You know, I thought Nick did just a fine job on TV yesterday.
He did, and a couple of coaches told me afterwards that I got him to talk more than they've heard him talk in a long time. So I felt pretty good about that.
Lovren missing the shot. He's still in the game playing with 2 fouls. The Tigers lead by 4. Their biggest lead. Another 3-pointer by Tate. No good. Follow-up shot blocked from behind by Lovren. And again, aggressive play, given the fact that Lovren already has 2 fouls. Shapee with the basketball. Mormon dropped it down to Shapee, but the bounce pass came in a little low. Tigers on the break. And a missed lay-in by Asmus. Big break for the Cardinals. Mormon just slowly bringing the ball across the line. Count the passes now before a shot is released by the Cardinals. There's 2. Shot blocked by Logie.
One of the Metro writers likened his pace to that of a child going to clean his room.
That's about right. Logie scores at the other end. A 6-point lead for the Tigers. Last year, the Cardinals got to the championship game of the Class A bracket against Maple River. The final score, 33-29. Lovren misses a 3-pointer, rebounded by Logie. Hate to put too much pressure on the young guy, but it might be time for a 3-pointer by Ambrasis. Fairbault really struggling. Now a traveling call on the Tigers. We'll take a timeout. 5:20 left in the half. The Morris Tigers are on a big run here of 11 points, 11-0 to take the lead.
From our GMC Vikingland cam.
Pretty good crowd on hand for the afternoon session. Watching Morris area taking on Fairbault Bethlehem Academy.
Obviously, FBA is patient, but they haven't gotten the best shot shots at the basket lately.
Now a turnover for the Cardinals. Their 5th turnover of the game. And they've been stuck on 11 points for almost 6 minutes. Baseline drive now, a feed back to the outside. Schmidtgall hits. Corey Schmidtgall's first bucket. And it's a 13-point run.
This Morris team does like to push the ball and play a little bit faster pace. They average over 70 points a game.
Their history has been that of a team that has opened up big leads and then either relaxed or had the game get away from them a little bit. Drive and the miss inside, but a good follow-up try and another follow-up try. Blocked from behind by Logie. Shapee had 3 tries. The 3rd try blocked. Off the glass, another bucket for Zach Witt. 6 points for Witt and a 10-point lead for the Tigers. The Cardinals need a timeout with 4:04 left in the half on the Banville scoreboard.
Morris with some turnovers, pushing the ball up court. There is Zach Witt doing what he does so well. Being able to take nice controlled shots in those fast break situations. He makes it look easy.
A 10-point lead for Morris. The Cardinals have not scored in 7 minutes. Lovren tries for 3. Rebounded by Witt.
Now Lovren, I know, could hit those shots, but at the same time, he hasn't done it today. And so FBA, again, just needs to get better shots than a three-pointer. You can always get a three-pointer.
A couple of blocks inside by Logie really changed the approach. Yesterday, FBA tried to get the ball inside, but they seem a little hesitant to do that now because they've had a couple shots blocked.
That's exactly right. Corman even seemed a little hesitant inside.
Out of bounds to the Tigers.
You can't get Logie in foul trouble if you don't go at him, though. And I still think there's more experience on the FBA team. Logie is sophomore. They may be able to do that.
His miss, Logie's miss, rebounded by Lovren. And now a foul inside, and the first foul goes against Kevin Logie.
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. Both Schmidtgall and Logie, they love to block shots. And they block some, but they get called for fouls on others.
Chris Shapee will go to the line. He scored the last points on a field goal for the Cardinals. Almost 8 minutes ago.
Wow.
7 minutes and 49 seconds ago, to be exact.
Chris Shapee is an all-conference football player.
Finally, the drought ends.
Not a lot of teams can go that kind of stretch without scoring and be able to win a basketball game. So we'll see if FBA can.
Great backdoor cut. Jeff Boots found Schmidtgall along the baseline. At this level, you get to the semifinal game if you're playing against a very good team, and usually a long drought like that can be fatal.
I hear coaches talking about putting 4 good quarters of basketball together, and if you don't have 4 good quarters, a lot of times you're not going to win.
Shapee through the legs of Lovren. A couple of errant bounce passes have really cost the Cardinals here in this first half.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain. It's unusual to see FBA bobble the basketball, and I don't know if they're tired or tight.
Trying to get the ball inside to Jeff Boots. And that's stolen away by Corman. He's been quiet, just 2 points, averages 17 a game.
Saw Lovren and a couple other guys from FBA sitting on the floor out here after one of the games last night, and I asked them, how are you guys doing? They said, tired. I said, well, get to bed tonight then.
tries to go inside with Logie out of the game. He misses. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Boots. And now just quickly as he came out of the game, Kevin Logie comes back in.
Well, that one didn't fall for Corman, but that's the kind of shot that I'm sure Franz Bolter would like to see his team taking.
Replacement is 14, Ambrosas.
Nick Ambrosas comes out of the ball game for the Cardinals. Corman posts up, drops it down low, but it's lost out of bounds to the new player, Dan Hacker. Corman posting up, had Logie and another Tiger player collapsing on him defensively. Hacker was open, couldn't handle the pass. Logie with those long arms reaches and scores. 8 points in the first half for Kevin Logie and a 13-point lead for the Tigers.
Logie showing some nice touch, and I don't know at 6'9" how you can combat that.
Lovren, despite a lunge by Logie, got the basket. Logie, with his follow-through on the block attempt, hit his hand against the backboard and stung his fingers a little bit.
You hate it when that happens.
Yeah, never had a problem in high school. Doesn't bother his shooting touch. 1 minute to play in the first half. Corman drives, takes it in, tries to draw a foul, but gets a basket instead.
Corman with great body control. He waited. He literally was on his way down. Obviously, when you're that close to the basket, you can still have the power to get the ball up there, but that's what he needs to do to get it up and over Logie.
Minute to play in the first half. Tigers stumbled early, falling behind by 5, but now they've got an 11-point lead. And appear content to go to the locker room up by at least 11. Andy Tate hit a 3 to close out the first quarter. This is Jeff Klein missing a 3. Followed up, no good. Rebound tip to the corner, picked up by Shapeen. And the first half will end with the Morris Tigers leading by 11. 28-0 on the year. No one's beaten them yet. And they're in pretty good shape here at halftime. Morris Tigers leading 28-0. Let's go to Jeff Grayson.
Thank you, Dick. I'm with Mark Torgerson. And Mark, 27-16 at halftime. What do you think of the first half? You guys looked awfully good.
Well, I'm proud of our defense. They didn't shoot well, but I'm proud of our defense. Kevin didn't get involved yesterday. They're taking Zach away today, so Kevin got the ball and really kept it up nice and got some big baskets for us. So we have to continue to do that, and our other scorers have to keep shooting that wing shot. Tate had a big shot. Klein and Schmigdal, we have to keep those people going in the second half. Boots did a nice job subbing as well.
All right, Mark, thanks. Thanks for joining us. That's Mark Torgerson. Now, the other side of the court and the other side of the story. Andy Skugman, marvelous.
All right, Jeff, I'm with Franz Bolter. And Coach, you are down by 11 after jumping out quickly. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I think that there are adjustments we need to make on both ends of the floor. Number one, it'd help if we start shooting the ball a little bit better. We haven't shot the ball well. I think we're getting the shots that we normally like. Certainly, it's a little tough to go inside with Logie in there, and we're just going to have to adjust to that. Down in the defensive end, I think we'll probably have to adjust the way that we're defending him. I don't think we can probably just straight front him anymore. We're going to have to three-quarter him into the baseline and just make some different changes there because they're just able to lob to him too easy, and our backside help can't get to the pass. He does a good job of keeping the ball up.
Okay, Coach, good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, Franz Bolter, head coach FBA, heading to the locker room, knows his team has to make some changes to get back into this ball game. Let's go back to the table.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Andy. 27-16 our score on the Lincoln Mercury Dealer halftime scoreboard.
Over Bethlehem Academy of Fairbault. Good afternoon, I'm Jim Gilliland back with you, and of course we'll have another Class A semifinal coming your way following this one, and then we have the AA action tonight. Westbrook, Walnut Grove, and St. Agnes will be following here immediately after the warm-up period. Right now, we're going to get an update on the day's events from Minnesota 9 News. Civic Center, you're getting a look outside at some of the people coming and going, some interested in Game 2 this afternoon. We've got a good one going here in Game 1 of our Class A semifinals. Morris area with an 11-point lead over Fairbault Bethlehem Academy. Is 27-16. I'm Jim Gilliland, returning with you to sort of purge my spirit here. I've had a guilt complex for 2 years. I got to tell you a little story. I have a letter in my hand from a fellow named Forrest Witt, dated October 1991. I never answered this letter. The problem was I never found it until 2 years after Forrest mailed it. When Channel 9 moved buildings, this unopened letter was wedged behind my desk. The topic was he's requesting information on a Williams Arena project that he was doing, and he got an A without my assistance, so I feel a lot better now, especially since I got to meet Forrest in person, and he's joining me with brothers of the players who are playing for the Morris varsity. Forrest Witt is on my left. I've got Kirk Logie immediately to my right and Joe Schmidgall next to him. They're all in 8th grade, and all of their brothers playing prominent roles in today's game. We're going to start with Forrest, my old friend. Forrest, what's it like for you to come down and watch Zach play in the state tournament?
It's really exciting to see my older brother play, and I don't know, I hope to be like him when I grow up, and hope to play here someday too.
Well, and that's kind of a thing that brothers do. We're going to go over and talk to Kirk for a moment. Do they kind of help push you guys along and bring you up maybe a little faster than you might have otherwise?
Yeah, they try to keep us active in basketball, go to camps, and give us some recognition at tournaments and all kinds of things, so it kind of keeps us going watching them play.
Joe, do you guys get close? The fact that you three all play together now in an 8th grade team, and then you've got brothers and mutual interests, I would imagine. It's fun hanging out with these guys?
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff together. It's pretty fun.
I want to ask you guys about a prediction now, that when they see these names come up, they're going to, Forrest, we'll go over to you, Jeff, if you could follow along with me. I know I'm not being all that rational, but we're going to be pressure on you guys to live up to what your older brothers did. Any feelings about that?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to touch with you on that Williams Arena project. What did you do when you came down here to check out Williams Arena?
Well, we called up there and see if we could get an interview, and then we just went there and this guy gave us an interview, and I sent out for information from people in different places, so.
Worked out pretty well. You got a good grade. And Kirk, you guys planning on coming down here someday wearing those black and white uniforms?
I hope so. I'm looking forward to winning. That's one of my goals, to win a state championship, or come close to it anyway. So.
Joe, what do the brothers tell you guys about the whole experience? Have you had a chance to visit with them at all yet?
We don't see them very much. They're at a different hotel and stuff.
Well, you'll have lifetimes to share these memories. We want to thank Joe Schmidgall, Kirk Logie, and Forrest Witt, brothers of players on the Morris area team. And Forrest, I'll be writing you real soon and telling you about what's going on at Minnesota 9. We'll be back with second half action. Morris and Bethlehem Academy to see who goes to the finals here on Minnesota 9 Tournaments 94. Getting ready for the second 16 minutes of play to see who's going to go to the semifinals. Highlights coming your way. Dick Bramer and Janet Carvinen take a look at stats and the first half of action.
All right, thanks, Gilly. Boy, Franz Bolter wasn't kidding. They didn't shoot the ball well in the first half, did they?
Not at all. Really, they're doing a nice job in every other area in the game. Only 5 fouls called on both teams in the first half, so a cleanly played game as well. But I think if FBA can't get something going on the offensive end, it's going to be a tough time for them.
Didn't see much of Kevin Logie in the first half in yesterday's game, but he was a big factor in this game, and so was Andy Tate, who had a big three-pointer at the end of the first quarter.
Only had 3 points for the first quarter, but they came at a really good time for his Morris Tigers, and Tate doing a nice job in other areas of the game.
But the only guy who shot the ball rather well, although he took just 2 shots, was the 8th grader Nick Ambrasis.
And there's Ambrasis with a big 3. Quite a low-scoring game also, but again, this is kind of typical FBA, but for their standpoint, they're going to maybe want to try to look for some better shots to try to get a few more shots up, too.
The Cardinals shot only 28% for the half. Specifically, Chris Chappie 1 for 6, J.J. Corman 2 for 7, Lovren 3 for 8, So they'll need to improve that, certainly. The rebounds fairly even. The Cardinals turned the ball over 6 times. But they've got a little bit of a hole to dig themselves out of here in the second half, down by 11. And we'll bring the second half your way when we return to the St. Paul Civic Center in just a moment. The 1994 Boys State Basketball Tournament at the St. Paul Civic Center. And in the opening game, Morris area is leading Bethlehem Academy by 11 points. What a gorgeous shot that is at the Civic Center. A beautiful day in the metro area. A very similar story, familiar story for Morris. They are leading by 11 points. They led after the first quarter yesterday by 11. They allowed Climax Fisher to get back into the game before winning. In the section final game, I was talking with Staples coach Lynn Peterson at halftime. He said that Morris was up by 21, but then Staples went off on a 17-0 run and got back into the game. So I'm sure Mark Torgerson has pleaded with his team not to have a setback here in the third quarter.
And I'm sure Franz Bolter has pleaded with his team to not give up because of the history of Morris. But they certainly can come back, and many teams have done it.
Salmon inside, Corman, couple moves. And Logie still got a hand on the shot, but the ball came back to Corman, and he can't get it to drop, but he does pick up a foul, which may have been the original intent, trying to get Logie into some foul trouble.
Well, Corman really used his body well. When you're in the paint and the 3-second shot is 3 seconds are being counted every time your team has the basketball, you got to do something, and obviously get a new 3 seconds every time a shot is taken. Still, he showed a lot of poise using ball fakes to get Logie up in the air.
Corman held to just 4 points in the first half. Second one comes out, but the rebound picked off by Nick Ambrasis. 3-point try. Lovren hits.
Jim Lovren was 0 for 3 from three-point range in the first half, but if he can get himself going, that can bring FBA back in a hurry.
Zach Witt tries to answer, but can't. Rebounded by Ambrasis. Blocked by Logie. Another block. And he has been a big defensive force in the middle for the Morris Tigers.
Yes. Corman's taking it right at him, though.
Now on the offensive end, he scores 2.
I really like his touch around the basket. The shot is so nice and soft.
Chappie feeds Salmon. Corman drives, but traveled. Got around the wing, but Logie staying right with them and didn't give him a shooting lane. On the Menard scoreboard, it's a 9-point lead for the Tigers. Tigers are undefeated, but with some of the lead slipping away, you wonder whether Mark Torgerson didn't have a few more hairs on the top of his head at the start of the year. Franz Bolter, hoping his team can come back. They scored the first 4 points in the third quarter. But they let Klein loose, an offensive foul. Will the basket count? No.
Well, Klein had the opening, but he moved too slowly to the basket. And by the time that Lovren got there, he should have already pulled up for a jump shot, or what he didn't realize is that Lovren left Logie to come over to take him. He could have had to pass off. That's a tough decision to make sometimes.
Process to Chappie. Now Lovren. He might be trying to set up. Corman underneath. Now it's Ambrasis. No good. Rebounded by Logie. Tough matchup on the offensive end for Corman with big 6'8" Kevin Logie following him all over the floor. Logie uses the glass very well. He's got 14 points.
He really does, and you can't ever say that too much. To use the backboard, so many players make it so much harder for themselves by not using it. Logie doing it with 2 people on him. Bolter has talked about making an adjustment. They've tried to put two people on him. It doesn't seem to be helping.
Cardinals playing the three-man weave out front of Brasas. Corman, bounce pass to Shapee. Corman, nice spinning move and a bucket. What a pretty play.
Corman did have the 15-footer wide open at the free throw line, but he got himself a better shot.
7 points for Corman. Almost stolen away. Oh my. Eric Salmon went into the table over there. It doesn't appear to be hurt.
Wonder if Joe's okay.
Tigers with a basketball. Logie looking over Lovren, trying to find a teammate, slapped away. Now it's knocked out of bounds. And they go to the Tigers. First into the scorer's table. Next, hard to the floor. Eric Salmon playing hard here in this third quarter. Slapped away by Corman as Zach Witt trying to get in position to shoot. Shapee with Witt guarding him. Corman in the lane. Lovren, no shot. Foul in the lane.
FBA looks like a different team offensively in the second half. They're taking the ball to the basket. They're showing a lot of patience. The shots they're taking are in the paint. Franz Wilk has got to be happy with at least the shot selection of his team.
Jason Asmus committing his first foul.
Now with Logie going to the bench, now's the time for them to really give it to Corman inside and Lovren inside. And
Corman hands off to Salmon. Leader in the lane. Good. Salmon's first bucket of the game. He's not much of a scorer, just a 4-point average during the year, but every little bit helps. They're within 7 now. Jeff Boots from the outside, short, rebounded by Lovren. And now Tate, or Boots rather, gives Lovren a shove and picks up a foul. An inadvertent bump, but a foul nonetheless with 3:26 left in the third quarter. The Cardinals trying to come back, down by 7. Carvin and Dick Bramer at the St. Paul Civic Center. At halftime, I also talked briefly with Butch Raymond, the St. Cloud State basketball coach, and he was remarking how Zach Witt for Morris plays and looks an awful lot like the guy who played for him, Barry Wohler.
Bird Island, Lake Lillian.
Salmon missing. Lovren is fouled underneath. Barry Wohler, of course, played for his father, Jerry. And Zach Witt plays for his father, too, assistant coach Jerry Witt. Foul called on Asmus, his second. And now Lovren will go to the line and back into the game for Morris.
We haven't seen Witt really do a lot of his fancy ball handling, too. I mean, not that he's a showboat or anything, but he's able to go behind his back, between his legs, make a lot of really nifty passes. But yet, he can score. And that does kind of characterize the kind of player that Barry Wohler was.
Kevin Logan back in the ball game for the Morris Tigers.
Lovren and Corman don't even hardly bend their knees when they shoot these free throws. They get all set and ready to go. Lovren did a little bit that time. Corman's all arms. Big offensive rebound.
And a big play for Corman. 9 points for Corman, and it's a 4-point ball game with 3:10 left in the third quarter. Tigers led by 13 late in the first half. A couple of 11-point leads here in the second half.
Morris running a flex.
of control. A 7-0 run for the Cardinals. Inside pass tipped away by Logie. And the ball rolling out of bounds on the sideline. It'll go to Morris, much to the disgust of Franz Bolter. So the Cardinals misfire on a possession. Could have cut the lead even further. Whip looking underneath, see if they try to go to Logie. There he is. Ball slapped away, but a foul called on Brassus.
Brassus with the right idea. We heard Franz Bolter talking about how that he didn't think his team was getting that weak side help, and that's exactly what Brassus was trying to do there.
First foul of the second half for the Cardinals. Drive right side again off the glass, and again it goes down. Jeff Klein with his first basket of the game. 1:50 left in the third quarter. The lead back to 6. For him too. 11 points for Corbin.
Really smart on his part. He used his own player as a screen. Ran Logie out.
3-point try. He scored 5 straight for the Tigers.
Jeff Klein showing some excellent shooting touch here. That's pretty much what Morris has done to teams. Teams have made runs on them, but they've always seemed to be able to answer.
1 minute to play in the third quarter. Salmon. Over to Ambrosas. Pump fake. Short. Rebounded by Boots. Now the Tigers may go for the last shot. Situations like this may lead eventually to a shot clock in high school basketball.
That's right, women's college basketball that I played had a 30-second shot clock, and I tend to like the idea myself.
Whip got the ball to Tate. He had it slipped away, and now a foul called on Tate. And the Cardinals will have a chance for the last shot with 5.2 seconds left.
16 fouls on Morris in this second half. Only 1 team foul on, 2 fouls on FPA.
Now a timeout has to be called by Corman as they could not get the ball in bounds. The Cardinals started the half 11 points down. They've gotten it as close as 4 points. The Tigers refuse to have the big collapse, at least here in the third quarter.
Next week, KMSP-TV returns to its regular program schedule with a couple of brand new shows. Tuesday nights are explosive with Thunder in Paradise, starring Hulk Hogan at 7 and RoboCop the series at 8. It all starts next week, right here on Channel 9. By the way, I have some top scorers to report for the state of Minnesota. This is regular season. Number 1 scorer in Minnesota this year for boys basketball was Sam Jacobson, of course, player signed with the University of Minnesota from Park Cottage Grove at 31.6 points per game. Second was Mitch Onstad from Fairbault High School, just a sophomore, at 28 a game. Third was Mark Holman of Richfield at 27.5 a game. And fourth was Daniel Fisher of Bagley, a junior, at 27 points per game.
Cardinals need to hurry. Time running out in the third quarter. Corbin with a free lane, and he third quarter for J.J. Corman, and a big basket to close out the third quarter. It's a 5-point lead for the Morris Tigers as we head to the fourth in just a moment. Foul, no foul. Then what happens?
Oh, and literally, there was probably 0.5 seconds left on the clock. It was 0.5 when Corman released it.
Tigers will start the fourth quarter with a basketball slapped out of bounds by Salmon. Inbounded to Witt. Tate tries the baseline. Slapped away. And a foul called on Eric Salmon. All the diving for loose balls that Salmon has done, that's just his first foul.
He's the second foul of this half. For Morris area, number 40, Desmond goes in.
Second team foul for the Cardinals. Being very careful with the basketball. Witt drives, hangs in the air and scores. 8 points for Zach Witt. Took Corman to the baseline that time and put on a nice move. Shapeen lost his man Witt. Shot comes off. Rebounded by Logie. 1 minute into the fourth quarter. A 7-point lead for Morris. Shot no good by Asmus. Lovren has it tipped away. For Jeff Klein, and he can turn it into 3 points.
Well, it really is, because if he makes the free throw, they can go up by 10 points. There you can see great body control.
At the line for one, number 20, Klein.
And Jeff Klein has had a really nice game today.
8 points all in the second half. And just like that, the lead is 12 with 6:37 left in the fourth quarter.
St. Paul Civic Center. I like that shot.
I think when I used to come here in the mid-'70s for the state tournament, that was about where my seat was, way up there someplace.
I wasn't even born then.
Right. 10-point lead. Cut down to 8 as they got the ball inside to Lovren. Lovren with 6 points in each half. Scoreboard here before that last break gave Morris a couple of extra points. It's an 8-point lead with just over 6 minutes to go.
There's the flex offense.
Klein beats Logie and he's fouled. Foul against Lovren, and that'll be his third. And the third foul on the Cardinals in the half.
Excuse me, the flex is such a nice offense, especially in these situations, because a team like Morris can use it, and it's a series of picks and screens set down low. What it does enable players to do is get shots either right under the basket in layup positions or up at the elbows, percentage shots, but Morris can kind of wind down time. It's not really a delay game, but it's an offense that can be run continuously, and they can take a lot of time off the clock, which is something they're going to probably want to do here in the fourth quarter.
Tigers are 7 of 7 from the line. 4 of those free throws coming from Logie. Corman drives. Got it! 11 in the second half for J.J. Corman, 15 in the game. Witt drives. Klein's three-pointer. No good. Rebound by Corman. A.J. Corman. A very active second half.
He is the reason that FBA is within striking distance.
Loveren's three! 9 in the second half for Lovren, 15 in the game, and it's a 5-point ball game.
They're looking for Logie.
Witt tries a three, no good. Rebound picked up by Salmon. A couple of quick shots for the Tigers here in the fourth quarter. Lovren over a double team, misses a three, rebounded by Witt. Pete resets the Tiger offense. Klein dribbled it on the baseline. Shapee was guarding him, and Klein dribbled it on the line, turning it over to the Cardinals. A timeout midway through the fourth quarter. A 2-point ball game as the Cardinals were down by 13 in the first half. We're going to have an exciting finish here from the Civic Center. 5-point ball game as the Cardinals come back. Lovren hitting his second three-pointer of the second half.
Well, he's taken a few from out there, but his last couple that have gone in for him, he's been able to get his legs under the shot a little bit more and get a little more arc on the basketball. The first couple that he missed were straight on into the front of the rim. So FBA on the run.
Driving, blocked by Logie. 2-on-0 break. Pate over to Schmidtgall, and he misses. Rebounded by Shapee. 3.5 minutes to play in a 5-point ball game.
I don't think a double pump reverse layup is the kind of shot that Coach Torgerson probably is hoping for in that position. If you don't have a good shot at the basket, what you do is just take the basketball out, start your offense, start winding that time down.
Shapee drives to the line. Passes to Hoisinger. Trying to get it inside. The pass knocked back to him. Now stripped free. Zach Witt on the run. 10 in the game for Zach Witt. Corman drives. Couple of fakes. The ball slapped out of his hands. Again, the presence of Logie, a big factor on that play. Witt tried to get it to Logie, slapped away, but the Tigers keep it. Logie down low to Asmus. And a foul called on Asmus on the rebound attempt. Third foul on Jason Asmus. And we'll have free throws at the other end, at least one, with 2:25 left.
Third foul and the team's 7th foul.
Franz Bolter just using the time that it takes for players to walk down for a little mini timeout, but Morris wants a timeout right now.
2:25 left. With the Morris Tigers hanging on to their lead. The score, Morris 45 and Bethlehem Academy 38.
Morris area 45, Bethlehem Academy 38. A couple of turnovers here by FBA have given Morris a comfortable lead.
Corman has it rattle out. A missed 1-on-1 opportunity. With 2:20 left, the Tigers lead by 7. Andy Tate. Now Corman pressuring the ball, and it falls free as Witt lost it. Salmon drives. And he draws the foul on Witt.
Witt just kind of slipped and lost his footing, lost the basketball, came down and committed the foul.
Out of that 14, Witt, his 2nd foul.
The Cardinals go back to the line.
For Morris area, number 20.
Perfect year so far for Mark Torgerson and the Tigers. Schmidgall coming out. Asmus back in. Three points for Eric Salmon in the game.
Nicely done, no doubt about it.
2 minutes to play in the first Class A semifinal game. Witt to Tate. Logie fouled by Lovren. That is his fourth.
And only the 5th team foul for FBA.
That might be one of the reasons for the foul. They have one more to give before they can send the Tigers to the line.
That's right.
Into the backcourt, picked up by Tate. Right wing open, but the Tigers aren't interested in shooting right now. Asmus was all alone. And now Salmon with the foul. And that's number 6 on the team. Second foul on Eric Salmon. Long and Morris bench. Mark Torgerson was saying that was an intentional foul. It certainly was, but it won't be called as such. And now Asmus will be the first Tiger to go to the line in the one-on-one situation. A minute and a half left. Foul whistled on Shapi. Asmus with 4 points, all in the first half.
He is one of many of these 3-sport athletes, also plays football and baseball, but a big miss keeps the door open for FBA.
Foreman got the rebound. All alone in the lane. A foul is called as Ambrosas was all alone. Got trapped behind the glass, had to reach up, but he drew the foul.
It was almost an impossible shot for Ambrosas to be able to make, but again, showing just a good maturity and taking the ball up to the basket.
2 shots. I think this is one of the great stories of this year's tournament. Here he is in a semifinal game with 1:18 left. His team needs the free throws. An 8th grader steps to the line. Foreman a moment ago, the senior, missed a one-on-one opportunity, and Brassis gets one. He'll have one more after this timeout with 1:18 left and the Tigers leading by 4.
The funny thing was, yesterday during the interview, I asked him how it felt to be out there. He said, well, I was awfully nervous before the game. I even had a stomach ache.
14 scored their first points of the game.
Ambrosas scored the first 3 points of the game for the Cardinals. Let's see if we can eavesdrop on the Cardinal huddle.
I'm sure he's not the only one to have
What I want to do is this. Let's see if we can get a foul right away. Put Jimmy and Nick in the corners, and Chris and Eric up high. Give Jay the whole floor to work with, penetrate, and know where they are. And if we score, we're going to call a timeout. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Remember the face guard.
Well, J.J. Corman's going to be the man down the stretch, it sounds like, that they're going to look to.
Another option would be Lovren, but again, he's got 4 fouls, so they've got to be careful what they do with him on the offensive end. And Brassis gets them both, 5 points, and it's a 3-point game. Tate fouled by Salmon, and Tate will go to the line. Tate just a sophomore. Will go to the line for the first time this afternoon. A moment ago, Asmus missed a one-on-one opportunity. It was the first free throw missed by the Tigers in the game. They're now 7 of 8 from the line.
Tate is a good shooter. He was 7 for 7 from three-point range against New London Spicer during the season and had 31 points that game.
Points for Tate and a 5-point lead for Morris.
Watch for the spread out set so Foreman can go against Logie.
Lovren lost the ball on the way up for a three-pointer. He had hit 2 from three-point range in the second half. This one just slipped out of his hands.
Well, it happens, but it's really unfortunate timing.
Almost a steal by Chappie. He came down with the ball, but had a foot out of bounds. A traveling call. They got the ball inbounds to Witt, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw Salmon. And a little stutter step turns it back over to the Cardinals.
Eric Salmon with really a heads-up defensive play there.
Okay, we've had problems all game long with the score here at the Civic Center. They've got a 6-point lead up on the board right now. And we have a 4-point lead in the truck. We'll go with the guys in the truck. Lovren for 3, very short. Tate with the loose ball. Now he'll go to the line as Salmon has picked up his 5th foul.
You hate for these players to look at the clock and think that they're down by 6 or 5 when they're not.
It's fooled me 3 times here this afternoon, and now they've still got a 5-point lead on the board, and we have a 4-point lead in the truck. I think a 5-point lead is correct, to be honest with you. It was a 3-point game, and then 2 free throws were made by Andy Tate. And it is a 5-point lead, and that's why we have a delay here. We're trying to make sure that the players and coaches know what the margin is. Well, if it happened once during the game, that would be understandable, but this is the 3rd or 4th time that we've had the wrong score posted up on the scoreboard here.
I can tell you from a player's standpoint, it's real frustrating.
Doesn't make it a whole lot of fun for a broadcaster either.
Number 10, Tate shooting 1-1.
Tate made 2 free throws a moment ago. Free throw here would make it a 3-possession lead with just 45.5 seconds left. The Tigers have missed just 1 free throw in the entire game. They are 11 of 12. Stolen by Logie, but he kicked it out of bounds. Tigers 33.8 seconds away from a 29-0 record on the year. Corman drives. Logie swatted at it, but he got a piece of Corman. Logie's 3rd foul.
Logie, number 44, his 3rd foul.
Well, you want to contest the shot, but you don't want to commit a foul and stop the clock if you're Logie.
Noticed it yesterday. Corman's got a rather curious free throw approach. Gets up on his tiptoes and then releases the ball. And he's missed 4 straight free throws in the second half. J.J. Corman, the leading scorer on the team, having a tough time from the line in the second half. A missed 1-on-1 in the middle of those 4 misses.
And it sure appears as though Morris is going to be able to stand off one more opponent's rally at the end. That's the mark of a good team.
And the Cardinals call a timeout. The options are few with 25.6 seconds left. Bethlehem Academy got to the final game last year, losing to Maple River. Maple River eliminated last night.
Point shot. On a 3-point shot, everybody straight up. Watch for after the free throw. They might pull something different on the out of bounds down here. They might try to draw a charge or something on you, Zach. You got 2 timeouts. You need to get the ball in bounds. Jeff will take the ball and you come to help. Okay, because you're shooting the free throws right now. All right? Good defense. Don't foul. Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. You're throwing the ball out. Andy and Zach will pick for each other. Come on, Black. Okay, let's go. Good solid now. Game's not over. You got to play solid D. Let's go. Come on. Go. Play solid defense. Play solid D. Don't foul.
The Tigers leading by 7, and their bench has outscored the Cardinals 7-0. Asmus missed a 1-on-1 opportunity a few moments ago. He'll have another one here. Another miss. Cardinals need to hurry. They look to the 8th grader. He's covered. Corman with the hook. No good. Rebound and a foul called on Corman. And Asmus will go right back to the line. The Morris fans will stay another night and show up for the Class A championship tomorrow afternoon at 1:30.
Well, I'm sure for FBA coming in as runner-up, they hope to better their finish from last year, but it won't be. Everyone from Morris obviously happy and proud. You know, all 12 players from Morris have a 3.0 or better grade point average too, which is just wonderful.
The Tigers go 29-0, and now they're going to the Class A championship game. Bethlehem Academy finishing its championship bracket competition here with just their 2nd loss of the year. They'll play the 3rd place game, which comes up tomorrow morning here at 11:30. The Tigers winning it by 8. This is the 1994 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament. So. St. Paul Civic Center, our first Class A semifinal is in the books. It's an 8-point win for the Morris area Tigers as they advance to the championship game tomorrow afternoon. And they advance to the championship game for the first time. This is their 3rd tournament appearance. They led almost all the way here this afternoon. Jim Gilliland is standing by with the winners. Jimmy?
Thanks, Dick. We're here with Mark Torgerson and Kevin Logie. They're discussing the result, one that was very fine. If you like Morris basketball, we'll start with Coach Torgerson. We were just commenting here, to beat FBA with all their experience and their discipline, you guys played a heck of a ball game.
Oh, they're just a fine, disciplined defensive group of people, and their offense isn't too bad with those 2,000-point scorers. For us to beat them, that's a real credit to the kids and especially our defense today. I think only scoring 50 points, I thought it would be a low-scoring game, but to just score 50 and to think it was enough, boy, I'm really proud of our defense. We're a little bit concerned with the matchups. Kevin did a superb job on one of their good scorers, and I thought Jason Asmus really had a solid game as well. All the people contributed, all 7 kids, to the cause of the big win, and I'm real proud of them.
You know, you had mentioned yesterday that your team has given up a lot of leads. You're a young team and went unbeaten, but there were some real exciting times. Now, you're ahead by 11 at the half. You know you're facing a good team. I bet it maybe helped to remind the guys, we've been here before. These guys are good.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it at halftime. When you have an 11-point lead, it's tough to tell the kids anything at halftime because they played so solid, and we just kind of made it into mini games with all the TV timeouts and stuff. He said, well, let's win each mini game and see what happens. We lost a couple of them in the second half, but down the stretch, we spread the ball out enough to really control, and then the foul shooting with Andy Tate and everybody, that really was great to see, because sophomores up to the free throw line in the state semis, and making the shots, that's Andy all the way. He's showed the confidence. He did not score a point yesterday, and he came back today and played so well.
And a testimony to Andy after the game yesterday, he got his tennies on. He was back out there shooting, practicing his shot. Let's go over to the big fella for a minute, Kevin Logie. When you're in a situation where you know that you're taller than their tallest guy, even though they're very experienced, do you know then it's going to be a game where they're going to look to you a lot more? Is it?
Yeah. I kind of, being taller, it doesn't really matter for me. I think teams got to play. They can't key on just one guy. They got to key on the whole team in order to play good defense and stop whoever they're playing. That's what I feel.
We're going to look at one of your highlights from today, Kevin. This particular play.
Yeah, I just went up strong. I knew I had good position. I went up strong and just shot it in off the glass and went in for me. Things were going for me the first half, and I had got everything to go.
Zach is such a penetrator. I imagine that all of the guys, not you just yourself, but you're all thinking the ball could come to you at any time. The way he doesn't seem to have a favorite direction or anything, he just gets the ball just distributed evenly.
Exactly. You got to be heads up playing when you're out there in the court with Zach in the court, because you never know when the ball's going to come to you. And in the game against Staples, Jeff Boots had one right off the noggin. So you got to be prepared, ready for the ball to come anytime.
What's it been like in the community as you see this season develop? It seems like you have I know that you have a lot of support here. It's been very vocal out there, and everybody's getting behind you. It's got to be a tremendous accomplishment for the whole Morris area.
Excellent fan support. People from Morris have been backing us up all year long, and it's been great. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of people in Morris right now, because I noticed we got a heck of a crowd out there tonight, or this afternoon. So I just got to thank them for all their support this year.
Let's take a look at one more play from the Kevin Logie repertoire today. Do you remember this one?
Not yet. Yeah, there I did. Same thing, I got the ball. They weren't double teaming me much, yesterday they were really pushing inside, and today I get my position, and Zach fed it in well, and all those players, I got the ball in from Jeff Klein a couple times, and it's just I went up, and just everything fell for me tonight. I got it to go.
What's it going to be like for you tonight? Do you think it'll be restful? You'll be able to get some sleep?
Tired. Last night, the first night we got here we were anxious, excited for the tournament to start, and couldn't get to bed right away. But last night after yesterday's game, boy, we didn't take much to get sleep. Once the head hit the pillow, I was gone. So I think tonight it'll be the same way. I'll be in bed by 10 o'clock, I'm sure.
Okay, thanks a lot, Kevin. My arm's getting a little sore. I got to reach up. So we're going to bring in Zach now and talk to him a little bit. Congratulations, sir. This has got to be sweeter than the first. You guys looked a little more under control today. When the guys made a run at you from FBA, you seem to have a little more even.
When we got that lead at halftime, when we had the 11-point lead, we told ourselves they weren't going to come on a run, and it didn't happen, and we're glad for that.
What did you think the keys were? Because you knew that they were tremendously disciplined, experienced, all those things that people like to talk about at state tournament teams.
Yeah, we played tough D. We just wanted to get up on them right away, and once we got that lead, we wanted to keep playing D and get it inside to Kev, and he had some nice shots inside.
Are you much more aware when we talked with this to Kevin about this a little bit, but when he's got that decided height advantage, when nobody matches up quite with him, is it become more of a number one option?
Yeah, I think so. It's get into him, and if he's getting double teamed, he can kick it out, and we got 4 or 5 guys that can hit the 3 at any time, so that's nice.
We're going to take a look here at one of your highlights from today, Zach. Number 14, in control of the offense here. Well, getting it ahead of the field here.
Yeah, I think I knocked it off his knee and knocked it to Jason Asmussen. He got it down to me really nicely, and I laid it in.
Well, you talk about quarterback on the floor a lot, and we noticed from your resume there that you're a football player too. What do you think that those skills translate at all? Are you aware of more because from football experience?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I work a lot more harder at basketball because there's camps and stuff to go do, but football, I don't know. I think it has. I just like to be a leader out there in football and basketball, and that's about it.
Well, congratulations, Zach. You're leading them into the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get them.
All right, Zach Witt from Morris area. 5,600 fans in Morris and the surrounding area, all very proud of what's happened here this afternoon. They've beaten a very sound team from Bethlehem Academy of Fairbault, and the Morris Tigers make their way to the finals tomorrow afternoon. Who's going to join them there? Will it be Westbrook, Walnut Grove, or St. Agnes? We're going to unravel that mystery shortly. We'll be back with more of our between games activities from the 1994 Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament.